I'm doing good, thanks.
Absolutely. Where are y'all at this morning? That's my Queen Angela. I see you, Queen, with that headband on. Let's go, Queen. Let's go. I see it. I love it. Queen Ebony, how you feeling, Queen? It's good to see you in the building. How is everybody feeling? I'm still trying to figure out why so many of y'all got y'all cameras off. This is our last week. This is it. We have 3 days left. 3 days left, family. What we doing? We had an amazing time last night together. Let's bond. Let's connect. We got that Queen Vanita. Let's go. Queen, how you doing? Beautiful. How is everybody feeling today? So
Good.
we got a long day ahead of us. Hopefully this week is going to fly by, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and just get started. Real quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, y'all. So listen, we are moving into our intro and intentions today. Listen, systems. It's all about our systems, y'all. It's so important that y'all know and understand and have the proper tools in place to know what y'all need to do. It's all about all the different things that we need. Deal evaluations. Who is ready to do deal evaluations? Y'all been working diligently on them teams. Y'all been competing. I've been hearing about the competitions that's been going on. How has everybody been doing with that? This is your mailbox motivational call number 10. And y'all are about to be going over all kinds of stuff this week, dealing with those deal evaluations. But we want to make sure that you have the tools that you need to succeed. So this is about that progress update and your goal refinement. So we're going to be looking into like the progress that you made since last week, right? What kind of progress have you made since last week? Any adjustments that you may have need to like make to make sure that, you know, anything that we need to refine? Did you have any struggles anywhere? So we're going to make sure that we go over any progress that you made last week and adjust your goals according to the progress that you made. Any insights, some things that we might need to talk about to make sure that you are on track as far as that's concerned. And then we're going to look into any challenges that you may have faced and discuss those solutions as well. So y'all already know when it comes to these deal evaluations, who is the number one person that we look to in this community for that, y'all? Who is the number one person that we look to? Drop it in the chat. Who is the number one person that we look to in this community when it comes to our deal evaluations? Who is the one that's usually dropping that knowledge for us? Let me see it, family. Who is the one that's been showing y'all the deal even? Oh, there we go. It's that double R. That's what I'm talking about. Who's the one that's been showing y'all how to do those deal evaluations? So y'all already know. She is definitely the person that's going to come up here to show y'all exactly what y'all need to be doing, go over some tools and some systems that we have in place to make things a little bit easier for you. So I need everybody at this time to come off mute because we are going to bring forth that queen, our double R, who's going to make sure that she goes over some things and get y'all all the way right for y'all deal evaluations because y'all are still doing them. We still have this competition going on. So everybody come off mute at this time and give it up for our very own double R. Let's go, y'all. Let me hear y'all. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Double
Let's
R,
go.
double
Let's
R.
go. Double
Let's
R.
go,
Yeah.
let's
Good
go,
morning.
let's
Good
go.
morning.
What's up,
Morning,
y'all?
good morning.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go.
Go.
Get it, double R.
What
Let's
up,
go.
family? What up, family? Great morning, everyone. I just want to introduce myself. I don't know if everybody on here knows me. So my name is Double R. I saw a lot of people drop Ramel Mogul in the chat. Yes, Mogul, he taught me everything I know about evaluating deals, about commercial real estate. So a lot of times, you know, because he's only one person, a lot of people do come to me when it comes to getting help with deal evaluation. So you guys are definitely in good hands. Everybody knows Coach Crew thing is becoming more effective in less time. So Mogul, he actually created a system that helps us evaluate deals a lot faster. Like, talk about becoming more effective in less time. I'm gonna go through some systems just to help you guys go through the deal evaluations, So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna share my screen. Give me 1 second. All right, so I'm gonna actually go over a couple of the systems before we get into the daily valuation. I know, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys use PropStream or if you're familiar with PropStream. PropStream is a way where you could find cash buyers. It's a way where you could actually find lists to pull in your market. So drop a 1 in the chat if you guys are familiar with PropStream. All right, let's see. All right, cool. We got a couple people here. So I'm gonna just run through PropStream real quick, just to break down so we could kind of just get a little bit more familiar with it. Give me 1 second, it's loading. All right, cool. So we got PropStream right here. So somebody just drop your city in the chat. Drop a city or a county, wherever you're located. Drop it in the chat. The first one, I'm gonna go ahead and use that as an example. I think that's California. All right, I'm gonna use Baltimore. All right, so I'm gonna put Baltimore. I'm gonna put Baltimore up here. Baltimore, Maryland. All right, cool. So we got Baltimore, right? So when I type in this city, whether you're using a county, you could type in zip codes, whatever area it is that you want to target, you can pull it up here. The good thing about PropStream is that you're able to get thousands of records within like a matter of seconds, right? So this is one way that we're able to find deals in our market, right? So when I type in Baltimore, Maryland, you see this up here? Up here, it tells you MLS. This is MLS is properties that's listed on the market. So right now in Baltimore, Maryland, there's 1,800 properties that's listed with realtors, right? That are listed for sale. There's 1,215 properties that are currently in pre-foreclosure. There's 194 properties that are up for auction, right? You have 325 properties that are bank owned. And look right here, cash buyers. So in the city of Baltimore, Maryland, there's 46,000, almost 47,000 cash buyers in Maryland. You got almost 8,500 properties that have liens on them. And then you have 19,000 properties that are vacant, right? And then you got almost 100,000 properties that are high equity. So we got all of this information just within a matter of seconds, right? Just by having this one system right here, right? So this is one way that you could become more effective in less time. So instead of having to go out to the tax records trying to get all of these, or going on the MLS, you can just use this one system to figure out what's going on in your market, right? So right here, you can use this filter. Let's say, so we know that this is a commercial real estate mentorship, right? So let's say we want to look for storage facilities. So right here, we want to click on our filters tab. So we have a lot of data already right here in the Baltimore, Maryland. Everything that's highlighted right here is going to be over here. But see, we're investors, right? We want to narrow it down to exactly what we're looking for. Instead of going through, 1,800 MLS properties and 8,500 properties with liens on them, and we don't even know what they are. Let's filter it down to exactly what it is that we're looking for, right? So let's say we want to focus on storage facilities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to property type, property characteristics. You see this right here? And then it'll be, once you click on it, it'll be a little drop down. This is how you can narrow it down to fit the criteria for exactly what you're looking for. So if I want to look for storage facilities is commercial real estate. So I'm going to highlight this, and then let me show you what just happened, right? When I narrowed it down to commercial real estate, our property list dropped. So up here, let me go back because I didn't point that out before. Let me unhighlight this real quick. All right, so look at this. Right here we got, what is this? 253,000, almost 254,000 properties that they're showing us in Baltimore, Maryland. When I narrow it down to just commercial real estate, you go to property classifications, you have residential, commercial. We're looking for commercial. So I'm gonna type in commercial, and already it filtered out a bunch of those properties. So now we're down to 7,200, right? So now I want to filter it out even more, right? Because commercial real estate can fall under a number of things. It can be commercial, residential, mixed use. It can be warehouses, but we specifically want to look for storage facilities. So I'm going to come back over to property characteristics. And then right here where it says property type, I'm going to type in, you can scroll down to look for it, but the faster way to do it is just to type in. So I'm going to type in mini. I started typing in the word mini warehouse and storage, and I'm going to click this. Right. So now I filtered it down to just warehouses, and we found 37. So in the city of Baltimore, PropStream was able to pick up 37 storage facilities. So you can go ahead and pull this list, right? So look how fast we did that. Just within a matter of a few minutes, we were able to find 37 storage facilities in the city of Baltimore. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When it comes to storage facility, PropStream isn't the best system for you, because I'm pretty sure the city of Baltimore has more than 37 storage facilities. So this is a system that you can use. PropStream is really good for residential, which we're going to go through just briefly, really quickly. But if you guys are serious, and I know you guys heard Mogul say this, if you're serious about storage facilities, you want to invest in a system called Reonomy, because you're going to find way more data. So for example, PropStream was able to find 37 storage facilities. Reonomy, you're probably going to find a couple of thousand storage facilities. It is a little more costly, but those, if you're serious about looking for storage facilities, that is a system that you want to invest in. Okay. All right, let me check the chat real quick, make sure we don't have any questions. Thank y'all for the love. I appreciate it. Jeanette, yes, I'm going to post it right in the chat right now. Reonomy, let me spell it right. Reonomy. Okay, so I just typed it in the chat. Reonomy is a system that you want to invest in if you specifically want storage facilities. All right. All right, cool. So we were able to find 37 storage facilities. Now, real quick, let's say for my investors who want to wholesale real estate, right? Maybe you want to make some money on the side while you're looking for your property. This is another way where you can find cash buyers. So somebody else type in the city for me. We just used Baltimore. Somebody drop your city in the chat for me. Detroit. All right, cool. Detroit, Michigan. So I'm going to type Detroit. I'm going to type Detroit. I'm going to clear my filters. I'm going to type in Detroit, Michigan. And again, you guys could type in a city. You could type in a county. I recommend targeting a county versus just a city or a zip code, because you're going to have more data. Like, real estate is a numbers game. Your output has to be high so that you can find the properties that you're looking for. So for anybody that's just targeting a city, I would recommend that you target that entire county. All right, so we typed in Detroit, Michigan, and again, we already know what these filters mean. We went over these. Now let's say, who was that typed in Detroit? I think that was Naya. Let's say Naya got a property under contract. It didn't fit her criteria, but she wants to wholesale it, right? She wants to find a buyer. So this is how she's going to look for cash buyers. Right here, Detroit has 98,000 cash buyers in the city. But again, we want to filter these out. Some of these cash buyers are people who maybe they lived in California and they sold a $1 million property and they just bought a property cash. Maybe they're not real investors, right? So we want to filter these out to where we can find a cash buyer, you know, somebody that's maybe actively buying, an active investor. So we're going to come back over to our filters. And then what I like to do is different ways that you can do this. What I like to do is come over to the ownership info, right? And I want to find somebody, let's see, somebody, I always come down here, numbers of property owned. People who are investors, they typically own multiple properties. So instead of me targeting these people who just bought their property cash, I want somebody who owns a minimum of 3 properties. You could do 5 properties if you want to, but let's type in 3 and let's filter it out. So you see that this already went down from cash buyers. Hold on, what do we have? I keep forgetting that. I didn't see what the number was before, but we filtered it down. I'm gonna actually filter this down some more because I want somebody who's actively buying, right? So let's say somebody, minimum of 2 years ownership or maximum of 2 years. Some, you know, think about people who flip properties. They don't hold on to the property too long. So somebody that's owned a property for a maximum of 2 years. And then see how this number is constantly dropping. It was just at 72,000. Now we're at 9,600. And then I'm gonna filter it out some more. So just play with the filters You don't have to use every one that I'm using or these exact ones, but just play with the filters until you get like a good number that you're looking for. Somebody who they recently sold a property. So I'm gonna say somebody who recently sold a property within the last 6 months. So we got December. Oh wait, hold on, that was the wrong one. I'm gonna say somebody that recently sold a property within the last 6 months. So I'm gonna go back to June. What did we, December 18th? So I'm gonna go to June 18th. All right. And then now we have 7,000 cash buyers. That's still a lot of cash buyers, but these are just different ways that you could filter out to look for. So now Naya, all she has to do is pull this list, and now she can market to all of these cash buyers, right? All right, so I'm gonna move on from PropStream, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to, real quick, I do wanna go over this real quick, because I know it's a lot of people in here that are looking for residential, like 4 units. So I'm gonna show you how to use your 4 units. Somebody who's looking for 4 units, 3 units, type your city in the chat. Type your city in the chat if you're looking for like a 4 unit or a 3 unit. Cali. All right, cool. Give me a county in Cali, Marcus. Give me your county or the county that you're Riverside. Okay. Riverside. I was born in Riverside County. All right, so Riverside, California. All right, so let's say we're looking for residential real estate. Residential real estate, that's your single family homes, and that's your 2 to 4 units. Let me clear my filters out real quick. All right, so Riverside, California. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to my filters, and there's different properties that you could target, right? You can do vacant. Vacant is good. You can do pre-foreclosure. You have all of these different type of properties. I like to go for high equity. I like to go for tired landlord, but I'm gonna start with high equity. Where is it at? I like high equity because the property already has equity in it. So that's a good thing for an investor, right? So I'm gonna go for high equity. I'm gonna do non-owner occupied. Reason why I'm gonna pick non-owner occupied, y'all, is much easier to get a property under contract if the owner doesn't live in the property, right? If they live in a property, they maybe need time to move. They have more of an emotional attachment. So I like to go for non-owner occupied. It just makes it easier. You can change this out as much as you want to, but if you're just getting started out, I highly recommend start with non-owner occupied because again, it's easier to get these under contract, right? So let's look at these filters real quick. In Riverside, we got 19, almost 20,000 properties, right? So now we're gonna narrow focus this down to exactly what we're looking for. We don't wanna spend money where we don't need it. Somebody let me know, text me if I'm running over my time, y'all, because I'm not really paying attention to the clock. But okay, so this is how you filter it out, right? So now we're looking for residential property. So now I'm gonna filter this out. I'm gonna click residential under property classifications. I'm gonna come over here to property type. I'm gonna click single family home, and I'm not even gonna do single family. I'm gonna do 2 to 4 units. 2 to 4 units. Let's see, year built. Maximum, I want to do year built. I want to do nothing newer than, what is this, 2024. I personally don't like to go anything. So I'm gonna go nothing newer than 2000, nothing that was built before 2004. Reason why I do that is because if I find a property that was just built 5 years ago or 2 years ago, a lot of the upgrades, the rehab, it's gonna cost you more versus a property that was built in the year 2000 or 1990. Those properties, when you have to go in and do rehab, like the appliances, they're not as high end versus a property that was just built 5 years ago. So I personally want to find something that was built, I usually go 20 years back. So nothing that was built more than 20 years ago or less than 20 years ago, right? And then PropStream has been a little weird lately, so I can't see all of my filters like that. All right, cool. So are we good with the property type? All right, yeah, so I'm good with this. So now I'm gonna come to MLS status, and then I'm gonna click no. We don't want anything that's listed on the market. Hold on. Yeah, we don't want anything that's already listed with a realtor. And then now I'm gonna come over here to ownership info. And then the owner type, I'm going to pick an individual. This eliminates the corporate, mixed trust. These are a little bit more difficult. Corporate owned, you got to talk to multiple people. With mixed and trust, it's just more time consuming. We're trying to become more effective in less time. So this is how you can get your deal faster, right? So we want to deal with just the individual. So that's what I'm going to pick for owner type. And then now I'm going to close this out. And you see it only brought me 138 properties. So that's because this is multi-families, 2 to 4 units. So now that I see that, maybe I'm going to throw in some single families because I need a bigger list. That's not enough. So I'm going to put in some single family homes as well, right? And then one more thing I forgot to do with ownership info. I want somebody that's owned this property for at least 5 years, a minimum of 5 years. I don't want somebody who just bought the property last year, because they may not be ready to sell. They're probably, flipping it themselves, or, they just moved in it. So they're not going to be ready to sell. So I want somebody that's owned the property at least, really, honestly, I like to do 10 years or more. I really like to do 10 years or more. So I'm going to put in 10 years and see what that gives me. That gives me 3,000. So that's a pretty decent list. So I will go ahead and pull this list. I really like to have about 5,000 because it gives me more data. So I like to have a list of at least 5,000. But this is a good start. So whoever put in Riverside, if you're looking for residential, this would be a good list to pull right here. All right, so let me check the chat real quick. Batch skip tracing, I'm actually gonna go over that next. Will, okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna move on from PropStream. So once you pull your list, right? Once you pull your list, you have all of these addresses. You pull a list, and then you're gonna have a bunch of addresses with no phone numbers. You're gonna have addresses, you're gonna have the owner's name, but you need phone numbers to reach out to these people, right? So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to batchskiptracing.com. There's 2 different websites. You have batch. Can y'all hear me? Is my audio messed up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get phone numbers, right? Batch skip tracing is free. Batch leads is another system that they use. Batch leads, I believe, is like $30 a month. But if you only want to use this platform for skip tracing, you want to go to batchskiptracing.com. This account is free to sign up. The only thing you're paying for is your phone numbers. And right now for the month of December, they're actually running a special where you can get, I think it's like 8 cents per skip. Usually it's about 15 cents, but it's 8 cents. So what you're going to do is once you pull your list from PropStream, you're going to upload it into this system. I'm going to actually show you guys one that I recently did. You're going to upload it into this system. And again, within a matter of minutes, you'll be able to get a bunch of phone numbers. So I recently pulled a list, right? I have a property that's under contract right now. Hold on, let me get to it right here. I have a property that's under contract right now, and I need to look for some buyers. So I pulled a list out of, this is in Texas. And within a matter of like 5 minutes, y'all, I was able to get 403 phone numbers. 403 phone numbers. And I think it cost me like around $30, something like that. So again, becoming more effective in less time. That list that we just saw on Riverside, that was like 3,000 people. Once you upload that list into the system, you'll be able to get phone numbers for all 3,000 of those owners within a matter of minutes, right? So now I have this list that I can pull or that I can download. It's already skip trace. It has all of these phone numbers. These are the phone numbers right here. So let me just break it down so y'all could kind of understand it real quick. Right. So when you upload a list, you're going to come over here to skip trace. Once you log in, you guys go ahead and sign up for batch skip tracing right now, because again, it's free. So once you sign in, you're going to do a bulk skip trace, right? So that same list that you export from PropStream, you're going to upload it into the system. All you're going to do is click here. Where is it at? Click here, upload your file. I've already uploaded my file. But you're going to upload your file. So you're just going to look for your file in here, upload it, click it. And then the next thing you know, within a matter of, like I said, minutes, it's going to return a bunch of phone numbers for you. All right. So that's pretty much bat skip trace. There's not really much to go over with that. If y'all have any questions on that, just hit me up on Telegram, and then I could walk you through it. It's really, really simple to use. All right. And then the last thing I want to go through, y'all, this is the system that I'm most excited about. This is the deal, the new Mogul deal evaluator, y'all. So anybody that's been on a class with me doing deal evaluations, you see how it takes us some time to go through these deal evaluations. It takes us about 30 minutes. And even with myself, I can evaluate a deal in about 15 minutes using, you know, the mortgage calculator and, you know, the same way that we were taught. But this, again, becoming more effective in less time. And we're going to evaluate a deal right now live. I'm going to evaluate a deal with y'all. We're going to do it within a matter of minutes. So this is a deal that I'm looking at. I actually have to call this seller back today to make her an offer, right? So I've already spoken with her. I got some details. This is a 16-unit apartment building. If y'all have any questions after I'm done with this, feel free to raise your hand because we are going to do some Q&A. But this is a 16-unit apartment building, right? 100% occupied. We got some details. So I had to call her back to get some more information. So I spoke with the owner of the property. So I have all of the income. Now, when you need the deal evaluation, you guys, you have to have the income, you have to have the expenses, and you have to have the address. Like bare minimum, you have to have those three things to evaluate a deal: the income, the expenses, and you have to have the address of the property. Okay, so I have some information. I needed to call this seller to get some more, right? So I found out that the property has 16 units. 15 of the units rent for $900 a month. 7 of the units, or 1 of the units, rent for $700 per month, right? And then that's all of the income that she's bringing in. Now I got her expenses. She told me what her taxes are, her insurance, what she pays for utilities, her trash, electric, and let's see. And then we just got some information about the condition of the property. They want to sell because they want to retire, right? So this is something that we always want to know what their motivation is, why they want to sell. Her asking price for this property is $2 million, right? So I already did the math. She gave me like her monthly, what she makes monthly, what she spends monthly. So I already did the math to bring this up to annual numbers. Anytime we do a deal evaluation, it's based off the annual numbers, right? Let me check the chat, make sure there's no questions. Tracy, I got you. I'll type it in the I'm gonna type it in the chat. All right, so we have our annual income. So all I did was I took these numbers right here and I multiplied it by 12. I multiplied the income by 12. I multiplied her expenses by 12. So her gross revenue before any expenses are taken out, her gross revenue is $170,400, right? Her expenses come out to $35,480. Right? So remember, we need that net operating income. We need these numbers right here so that we can evaluate the deal. So who could tell me, let me know in the chat. Y'all should already know this. How do you get your NOI? How do you get your NOI? Somebody let me know in the chat how you get your NOI. What's the formula to get your net operating income? Gross income minus gross expenses. Exactly. Perfect. Right? So all I did was I subtracted the expenses from the income, and I got my net operating income right here, right? Her asking price is $2 million, which is at a 6.7% cap rate. Interest rates right now, I believe, are like around 7%. They're starting to drop 6-7%. Remember, we want to be 2 points. We want our cap rate to be 2 points above the interest rate. Exactly, Will. Exactly. That was going to be my next question. So at this cap rate, is this a good deal? Are we going to buy this property? Absolutely not. Not at a 6.7% cap rate, right? So her asking price is $2 million. Now I need to figure out, okay, what am I going to offer her so that this cap rate makes sense, so that our cash on cash ROI makes sense, so that our debt service, so everything makes sense, right? Exactly. We're going to negotiate to make it a better price, right? So her asking price is $2 million. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to our Mogul Deal Evaluator. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click right here where it says Analyze New Deal. Analyze New Deal. This is a multifamily, right? So if you have a storage facility, you're going to click here. I'm going to do the multifamily, and I'm going to do a quick underwriting. All right. So this is why I say you have to have the address, right? Bare minimum. So it's required to have the address. So I'm going to copy my address. I'm gonna copy my address and I'm gonna put it in the system, right? So this is cool. I put in the address and it already populates. It found it for me. Got the address. All right, now I'm gonna do everything off the annual numbers. So I'm gonna click year right here, right? So we're gonna fill all of this required information out. Again, this is a 16 unit property. So you're gonna type in 16 units. This property is 100% occupied. 100% occupied. All right. I have her rental income right here. We got her annual rental income. So I'm gonna type that in over here, 170,000. This is gross income, right? So her gross income, we're gonna put that over here. And then it automatically gives you what her average rent is, right? Her average rent. Now, commercial rent. If this is a property, let's say this is an apartment building, let's say it had like a storefront at the bottom. Whatever revenue that storefront is bringing in, you want to put that over here. So this is your commercial rent. And then other income. Let's say this property had like a laundry facility and she was collecting money that way. Or let's say that she charged for parking. You want to put that income over here, right? For this particular scenario, she's only getting rental income. She's not getting any other type. So you see how I put these numbers in and it kind of gives you a breakdown what her average rent is, all that good stuff, right? So the next thing we want to do is we want to click continue. And then you have 3 options of how you want to evaluate the deal. You're going to base this off of what information you already have. So you could either use the cap rate or the operating expenses, purchase price, operating expenses, or purchase price and cap rate. I find myself using this more often than anything because 9 times out of 10, when I'm on the phone, I'm always getting the operating expenses and they usually have an asking price. So we're going to click the option that we're going to use on how we're going to, what numbers we're going to use to evaluate the deal. But you can use whatever information you have, right? All right, cool. Next thing we want to do is her purchase price. So she's asking $2 million. So I'm going to put that in here. It already has, so it estimates the operating expenses at 40%. This is if you don't have that information. I have the operating expenses. So I'm going to just change that and put it in here. So right here, you want to put in your operating expenses. Hold up. I don't know what that had. Hold on. I'm going to just type it in. I don't know what just happened. 35,480. 35480, right? So I typed it in and you see that it automatically shows that she's paying 20%. Her operating expenses are 20% of what the what this is. So now we're going to click analyze deal. Analyze deal. And then give it a second to come up. And look at this, y'all. That fast. So y'all see how it takes me to use that mortgage calculator to go through. Just putting in the information, it breaks down everything for you here, right? So you have your debt service coverage ratio, 1.4, right? And then let's scroll down a little bit. Cash on cash ROI, that's 6.8%. And then we have our cap rate is 6.7%. So remember, we got to make sure that all of these numbers check out to see if it's a good deal. Somebody let me know in the chat, what does your debt service have to be? Yeah, this deal evaluator is fire. It is 1.25 or higher. So this is good right here. Now, where do we want our cash on cash ROI to be? What percentage do we want to see? What's the Mailbox Millionaire criteria for the cash on cash ROI? Somebody let me know in the chat. I'll give you a hint. We want to make our money back in 5 years or less. So what percentage does our cash on cash ROI have to be? Not 8.7. Mia got it, 20%. We want our cash on cash ROI to be 20% or higher. If your cash on cash ROI is 20%, that means you're making your money back in 5 years or less, right? And then the last thing is our cap rate. This cap rate is at 6.7%. We want to be at like a 9-10% minimum, right? So even though this number checks out right here, these numbers right here ain't checking out. So we got to play with these numbers a little bit to figure out, okay, 2 million isn't going to work. So let's figure out what number will work, right? So now what we're gonna do, and then if you scroll down, you see it breaks down all of this stuff for you, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna click new scenario. So right now, this is our main scenario. So I'm gonna click new scenario and I'm gonna call this my offer, right? Because I'm not gonna offer what she's asking. So I'm gonna create this new scenario. All right, everything is still here. Everything is still here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit this purchase price. So now instead of 2 million, I'm gonna drop this down to 1 million and I'm gonna see where my numbers are. So I type in 1 million, click this green check mark, and then we're gonna give it a minute, and then all of this is gonna, all of these numbers are gonna update. So this is fire because I don't have to go through each step every time. So give it a second, it's gonna update, y'all. There we go. So if I offer her $1 million, we see that DCSR, we already knew that was gonna be good. That was already good. Cash on cash ROI, that's at 30%. So that's, you know, well above, you know, where we need to be. So that's good. And then our cap rate is at 13%. So these numbers are good, right? So at 1 million, I went way lower than what she was asking. At 1 million, I still got room to come up on my offer. So this could be a low offer, right? So now I'm gonna do another scenario because we want this to be at a 20% minimum, right? So let me play with it a little bit more. Now I'm gonna see, okay, $1 million could be my low offer. I'm gonna do another scenario because now I want to figure out what's my max offer gonna be. So I'm gonna call this scenario max offer number 1. Because we're gonna have to play with these numbers a few times just so we can get it right. So we got our max offer. So last time I did $1 million, let me do 1 point. Let me do 1.4. I'm gonna do 1.4 million. And I'm gonna see where my numbers are here. So 1.4 million, all we gotta do is just change our price around and then the numbers will change on their own. Let's give it a second. So our DCRS is good. So our cash on cash ROI is at 17%. Cap rate is at 9%. So this is, I know I don't wanna go as low as 1.4. So let me change this again. I'm gonna hit this edit button. Because remember, we want to be at, now I could probably wholesale this if I wanted to, but we want to try to buy it first. So now let me bring this down to I'm gonna change this to 1.2 million. Change this to 1.2 million. We still got our expenses. We still got our rental income, all that good stuff. So at 1.2 million, we got a 22% cash on cash ROI. We got 11% cap rate. So I know that my max offer is gonna be somewhere around here. For time's sake, I'm not gonna go through each one to try to get there, but all you gotta do is just keep playing with the numbers until you figure out exactly where you need to be. So I know that my max offer is gonna be somewhere around this 1.2 and maybe 1.25 or 1.3. Yes.
So let's do one more. Try one more.
One more. Okay. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna do, let me see. I'm gonna do 1.25 and see where that brings me at. I'm gonna see where 1.25 bring me at because I know I could offer a little bit more. So that brings me to 21%. Let me do 1.27 because I really want to know where my max offer is at, right? I don't want to go above my max offer. So let me just keep playing with it. But see, this is dope. See, I don't even got to worry about time really like that because the system is doing everything for me. So 1.27, there we go, 20%. So this is my max offer, 1.27, 20%. We got 20% cash on cash ROI. Our cap rate is at 10%. So we're good. We're about 3.5 points above the interest rates. We got our debt service is good, right? So now let's compare scenarios, right? So let's do this. Let's say if we buy this property, I'm gonna click on acquisitions. We were just on overview. I'm gonna click on acquisitions. Acquisitions is gonna tell you, okay, with a 25% down payment, this is how much you need to have. And you're gonna make this money back in 5 years or less, right? We already know that. This is what your closing cost is gonna be. So it's gonna give you all this information that you need, right? Your annual debt, what that's gonna be. And then now I'm going to compare all my scenarios, right? So this is every scenario that we just went through. So this is the main scenario. This is what the seller was asking. This is what the seller was asking. And then this is what my low offer is going to be, that 1 million. This is my low offer and this is my max offer, right? So I know that I could offer anywhere between, where is it at? I know that I could offer anywhere between 1 million to 1.27. Right, so this is how you can look and compare your scenarios. So that's the Mogul deal evaluator, y'all. I was able to go through multiple different scenarios in just a few minutes, right? So again, becoming more effective in less time. Definitely utilize this system. I highly recommend it. I still recommend that y'all try to do it the regular way, because the good thing is that if I don't have my laptop on me, but when I'm out and about, if I meet an investor who wants to sell their property, if I meet somebody that wants to sell their property, all I got to do is pull out my calculator and I still know how to go through the formula. So you still want to know how to do that, how to do these formulas. But that's an overview of how you use all of the systems. So now, appreciate the love. Thank you, Marcus. I want to leave some time for Q&A. So if you have any questions, raise your virtual hand. Ask me whatever questions. I know that was a lot of information. Ask me any questions that you have about your current deals, any leads that you're working with.
All right, so yeah, let's do that. Sunshine, will you help her out, please? And then whoever raised their hand, can you just announce them so that way we can have this nice and orderly?
Queen Angela, we have Queen Angela with a question for you, Queen Rashida.
Question. Morning, Double R. Thank you so much. Wow, what a system. My question is, when you get to the bottom line, you were at the scenario that gave you the lowest and the highest. I'd like to have seen, like, when you make your decision, what is that number that makes the decision that says, okay, this is the one? I circle it. What is that that makes that choice?
Got you. Let me go back to it. So it's these three numbers right here, right? It's these three numbers right here. This debt service coverage ratio.
Got it.
You want that to be at a 1.25 or higher.
Got it.
That's
and
number
that's the
one.
only thing that you're basing it on? Just that number?
Not that's one right there. The other thing you want to check out is cash on cash ROI.
Mhm.
You want that to be at 20% or higher.
20%
or higher means that you're going to make your money back in 5 years or less, right?
Mhm.
And then your cap rate. So your cap rate, this is going to change. You want your cap rate to be 2 points above whatever the current interest rates are. So right now, interest rates, I believe they're like around 6.5%, 7%. So that means we want to be at least at a 9%, right? So we're above that 9%. So you want all three of these numbers to check out. So remember the main scenario. When we did the main scenario, this number checked out right here. We're above the 1.25, but this one is too low. The cash on cash ROI was too low and the cap rate was too low. So that's why I wanted to work through the formulas to make sure that all three of these numbers checked out.
So when you say that all three numbers check out, that then you decide those are the three numbers that would be in that in your checklist of indicators, right? And then you would choose.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
These are the three numbers that I'm looking for to make sure that that's where I want them to be. Yep. If these numbers are where I want them to be, then I know that this is my max offer right here. So now I could offer her anywhere between, $1 million and 1.2, but I'm not going to go above the 1.2 if we're buying a property.
Okay, those three indicators. Wow. And as long as all three of them across from the minimum, the median, and the max offer, you're good to go either way.
Yep, you're good to go. If you want all three of these numbers to check out, absolutely. Now, just to throw something in extra, this is for everybody, because y'all know I do a little bit of wholesaling as well. This is the MMA. This is where Mogul likes to buy his properties. Now, let's say she says no, her max off, the lowest that she'll take is 1.3. I think we did 1.3 or 1.4. What did we do? Offer. We did an offer of $1 million. I didn't save it, but I think I did like 1.4, and the cash on cash ROI came out to 17%. So we might not buy it at 17%, but I could probably find another cash buyer that will buy it at 17%, meaning he'll probably make his money back in about 6 or 7 years. You know, so I'll still lock it up if I can get it at that 17%. But as far as us acquiring a property, these are where we want our numbers to be at. Cool. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who we got? Who we got next? I put my IG in the chat too, you guys.
Next up, we have Queen Tracy.
Hey, good morning. Thanks, Double R. This was great. So I had the opportunity of playing with the evaluator with the team, and we went straight to detail evaluation. So I'm wondering, at what point do you use the and it looks like the quick one gives you everything you need to make an offer. When do you go to the detail evaluator?
Detailed is when you're ready to, like, if you're buying the property, the detailed, it gives you a lot more. It gives you, I'm not even gonna play with the detail because I'm still learning that, to be honest with you, but it'll let you know what the future projections are gonna be over the next 5 years. So let's say that 15 unit, let's say we got it at the number that we want, then I would go to the detail, because now it's gonna show us, you know, it's going to give us more details about what the projections are going to be over the next few years. So yeah, if you want to acquire property, I'll probably do another training on that, but I just want to learn it a little bit more
Yeah.
before I use that one. That's
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like also because I saw in there where you could add investors. So I guess you would need that when you're looking at, you know, how you're gonna get the funds. You know, if you're gonna go to the bank to get the funds or raise money from investors, and you can show investors the performer part.
Yep, exactly. Yep, you can add your investors in there. So if you have like cash partners, if you're going to do syndications, exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Let me just
Love it.
Let me add to that really quick. You do amazing Double R, crushing it. I'm loving it. So for the detailed underwriting, just like Double R said, that is more so for like investors, as far as like if you raising capital. Let's say you got 5 or 10 investors and you need to see who's going to get what type of equity, what their payout is going to be. If you're looking to do pro forma, like, and then when you're doing a storage facility, if you add in different income, right, you might say, all right, I'm gonna buy this facility, but over the next 5 years, I plan on bringing in U-Haul. I plan on creating an Amazon drop-off. I plan on adding vending machines. Now you're getting more detail. So that's when you actually got the property under contract and you ready to now start building your plan. So I wouldn't really focus on the detail, because the quick underwriting is really what you need to get the deal like under contract and start that process. Now, once you got it under contract and you looking on, all right, this is where I want to take it, that is where we can now get into the detail part. All right. All right, perfect. I'm out of here. Keep doing your thing. That's great.
Who we got next? Who we got next? I saw Marcus ask in the chat, are we gonna do more training? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do more classes. I'm actually doing some trainings with the guy who developed the system. So he could show me, that way I could be able to teach y'all a little bit more as well. What's up, Dexter? How you feeling?
I'm great. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
As you were going over the this little formulas and calculators, where did you show how much cash you need to bring to closing?
Okay, let me go back real quick. Let me
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. All right, so this is why I love this system, because I couldn't even do this before on my own. So right here, we're at the overview, right? The overview just gives you this breakdown. If you click right here to acquisitions, acquisitions is just another term for when you're acquiring a property where you're about to, you know, get it. So right here, it tells you your down payment. This is a 25% down payment. You can edit this, right? So let's say your lender says you only need to bring 10% or 20%. You could change this number. But this tells you how much your down payment is going to be. And then right here, this tells you what your closing cost is going to be at 3%. You can also edit this, you know, if your closing cost is going to be higher or lower. Mogul, you could let me know if there's anything else, but that's pretty much what I see as far as what you need to bring is in closing. Yeah, it lets you know what your monthly payments are going to be, what your annual debt cost is going to be. But yeah, that's pretty much right here, your closing costs and your down payment. And then right here, it shows you what your loan amount is gonna be, right? So after, you know, all of this comes out, this is how much your loan is gonna be, what you're paying back.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who we got next? Who we got next?
Next up, we got King Marcus. Come talk to us, King.
What's up, Marcus?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? Double
Good,
R.
good.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for providing this information. It's powerful. My question is probably a little bit, it's thinking outside of the box. I'm looking at the program as a whole and then trying to think of how can I use it as another form of another stream of income, in a sense of if you have sellers that are trying to sell their property and perhaps just not sure of what the value is, or what they should sell their property for, is it possible to use this program as a way of kind of evaluating someone's property and then giving them an idea of, hey, this is what an investor or a buyer would be looking for using the numbers that we're using, and then perhaps, charging them a fee for our service for evaluating their property.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great idea, like a consultation, give them a
Yes.
consultation, because I run into a lot of sellers who just aren't really educated on, when it comes to the value. So yeah, you could definitely use that system and break it down so that way that they can understand, where these numbers are coming from. A lot of times, like this lady, she's asking 2 million, I'm gonna offer her 1.2 max. So instead of her thinking that I'm lowballing her, I could actually explain to her, no, this is how we come up with the numbers. So yeah, I think that's a great idea, like a consultation type of service.
Yes, because I was thinking in the line of, if we do the same thing when you're doing credit repair and you have your printout of showing okay, this is what you could buy if your credit was in place, as opposed to how much you would be paying here for a house or for a car, then you can use the same system to do a consultation and charge a fee. So just thinking outside of the box of how you can utilize this in multiple ways, so if that's
Yeah.
possible.
That's smart. One consultation and you'll make your money back for the month,
Exactly pay for the
Yeah.
system. Yep.
All right,
Okay,
you got me
thank you.
thinking.
Thank you.
Good job. Who we got next?
I believe it looked like Tracy had another question.
Hey, Queen Tracy.
Yes. So the deal that we were analyzing had there was some banking financing and there was also some seller financing. And I didn't see in your example, unless I missed it, when you done acquisitions, I didn't see where there was an option there if you're going to use seller financing.
I believe it is in here. I didn't talk about it. I did, like I said, I recently had a meeting with the developer and we went over that. I want to get there is an option in there. I believe it's on the details.
It's on the detail, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's on the
So
detail.
once I get more familiar with how to use that, I'll have another class for this.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely in there for sure.
Okay, and I wanted to add to what Marcus was asking about, consultation fees for using this. You can get on teams that are like wholesale teams or buy and hold or even multifamily teams and be their underwriter and use this tool and make a fee for that.
Y'all thinking like Mailbox Millionaires. That's fire. That's what's up. Did you have any other questions, Tracy? Are you good?
No, I'm good. Thank you. This is great. I'm ready to use it.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Queen Mia.
Good morning. Just to piggyback on Tracy's question, when it comes to seller financing, if a seller is going to hold a second position, if we go and I know Tracy has done underwriting and she explained to us that some lenders don't require the second position loan to be disclosed. But if we're going SBA and we have to do a disclosure, and I don't know if you can answer it or anybody else on the call, the 10% that we have to put down, is that based on the total purchase price, or is that just based on what we're getting the loan for from the SBA if we are doing SBA lending?
That's a question for Mogul.
Is what was the question again?
If we have, if we're purchasing a property and the seller is gonna hold a second,
Yep.
okay? If we go for financing, I know if we go for SBA, they're gonna want the second disclosed, but Tracy had explained that some lenders don't care about disclosing the second as long as they're in first position. So if we are going the SBA route, do we need to give 10% on the total purchase price or just 10% on what we're borrowing from SBA to close the deal?
Great question. So it's 10% on what we're borrowing to close the deal.
You
So,
heard that, Tracy?
10%.
Naya? Okay.
Yeah,
All right, thank you. That's very helpful.
no problem.
Cool. That's what I thought. I didn't want to guess though. Anybody else? If you got any questions, let's do it. Let's do it while I'm here. It looks like we good. All right, cool. If we good, then all right. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all time and y'all attention and y'all participation. Just stay tuned because I'm really working to try to master this system. It's an excellent system to use. We just went through a bunch of systems within a matter of, I think it was like 30 minutes. And this was me teaching y'all. So just imagine, you know, once you start evaluating deals more frequently, it's just going to be like second nature. But yeah, this is like the definition of becoming more effective in less time with your deal evaluation. So thank y'all for your time. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, Coach Crew, Mogul. I'll go ahead and pass it back to y'all unless y'all need anything else from me.
I need everybody to come off mute because Double R just murdered that presentation. So I need everybody to come off mute. Everybody.
Even I understood it.
Hey, fire, fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, good job, Double
Way to
R.
go, Double R.
Good job, girl.
Good job, Double
Job
R.
as
Yeah.
always,
Appreciate
Double
you.
R.
Good job.
Double R.
Fire,
Good
fire,
job.
Quick
Double
and
R.
simple.
Fire, fire.
Quick and
Much
simple.
appreciate you.
Loving it.
Thank you, Double R.
Quick and
Simplification.
simple.
Thank you.
Simplified. Thank you, sis. Appreciate you.
Yes, so we about to close this out, family. She really did just go over
Yeah.
several different.
All in.
Can I ask a quick question? Just a quick question. Can we get a referral link for this? I know a lot of people that would want this evaluator.
Who is that?
Tracy.
Oh, hey.
So yeah, we working on that. So look, everybody, this software I haven't even launched it to the public, right? So only MMA has this and then Fun Your Freedom has this. So really right now we're kind of in a phase of just testing it, seeing if everything's working, going through the kinks, like all that cool stuff. So any feedback that you want to give to me, please give it to me, give it to the team so we can actually continue to fine tune it. But we will be officially launching this in January. And we're working on getting a referral situation, like an affiliate kind of thing where you could refer it out and get paid affiliate commissions every single month. Because obviously you see it's a subscription or whatever the case may be. So when we do have that finalized, obviously, Mailbox Millionaires, you'll have the first opportunity to get this as part of your affiliate tool now. So now you teach people, hey, this is your link. Go get the software, and you'll get paid commissions every single month off of the tool. That's something we're working on now. But when that time comes, I'll definitely make sure you will get the first opportunity to do so.
Awesome.
One last thing real quick, y'all, because he just mentioned feedback. I just did this morning. Right here, let me share my screen again real quick. Right up here, provide feedback. So whatever feedback y'all have, just go ahead and put it in here. I had requested like a video tutorial for the quick one and for the detailed one. So yeah, any feedback that you guys have, just go ahead and
Double R, real quick, Double R. So you don't Double R, you don't even know this, but I guess I'm gonna just tell you in front of everybody. So you're actually gonna be doing tutorial videos. So that's something that that we're working out. So as part of the launch and stuff like that, we're gonna have like tutorial videos. We're gonna have courses a part of this, like different training. So basically what you just did, we're going to be doing like intense trainings that will be attached to the tool. So when you go and you have like, if you stuck on whatever particular part, you could just click a link and now get a video that breaks down how to walk through that certain part. So we didn't get to that point yet, obviously, because like I said, we haven't even launched it yet. We're kind of going through the phases. But you're gonna be a part of that, Double R. So they'll be seeing your face on those tutorials and things like that, which is amazing. It's gonna be a great opportunity for you. But everybody's gonna get that as well.
Let me know when you're ready for the voiceovers too.
Oh yeah, Mark, I need you for that. I need you for that. Definitely need you for the voiceover. So I'm attached with you. I need you for the voiceover. I'm trying to think of anything else in regards to the tool. Yeah, so I would just encourage everybody to get in. The promo code is MMA. So I would encourage everybody to just jump in there, just learn it, kind of figure it out. Cause that's how it goes. It's like, just kind of figure it out. Keep doing your work group sessions. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all don't even understand. Like, Naya sent me the recording of one of y'all work group sessions where y'all got together and it was evaluating the deal, going through the tools. I'm like, yo, this is what it's about, because it's not just sitting in class and me give the information or Double R give information. It's about now you getting in separate groups, and now you learn better in a smaller segment. And now you're able to bounce off each other. Now you're teaching each other, and now you build up that confidence, and now we can all get together. So keep that same momentum going. Once we get through this part of just the quick underwriting, then we're going to spend a lot more time when it comes to the detailed underwriting, right? This is where we want to take on big projects. So next year, the goal is for us to make some big acquisitions, right? Like we're not playing small in 2024. We're not doing it. Yes, right? So we're going big, and we need a collective community to do the things that I have a vision of us being able to go out there and do. So that's pretty much all I got to say. I will leave on this. I'll pass it back to Sunshine Double R. Tomorrow we have our Mailbox Millionaire virtual graduation. I want everybody to be in attendance if you can. Everybody want to show up. Doors open at 8:45. So I want y'all to be in the room by 8:45. Okay, Coach, you ready for graduation early? All right, Coach. All right, that's the overachiever. We got the overachiever in the class. All right, but yes. So we still got a full week, y'all, right? But we want to make sure that we celebrate. We want to make sure that we award you. We want to make sure that we encourage you and let you know that we appreciate you. You get up here and you let us know how much you appreciate me, Sunshine, Coach Crew, Double R, and everybody else that you've been able to come in contact with. But we need to let you know how much we appreciate each and every one of you, because without you, there is no Mailbox Millionaire Academy. There is no Fun Your Freedom. We are not able to do the things that we're able to do. So tomorrow is essentially about you. We're still going to have class where we'll be teaching, but we're going to be giving some cash giveaways. There's going to be some awards, some surprises. So essentially, we want everybody there. Now, I will say, requirements. We need everybody to have their camera on. So tomorrow, whatever you gotta do, go get your hair cut. You know what I mean? Whatever you gotta do with your hair, ladies, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the time. Have your camera on, and we want everybody to dress for success. Now, this is virtual, so if you have the bottoms, whatever you want, sweatpants at the bottom, that's on you. But at least at the top, make sure we look good, right? So I know it's virtual, but I want us to still have the same approach as if we was going to meet in person and have a graduation, right? Because it's about whatever we wanted to feel like. We create the experience. So however much we want to put into it is what we're going to get out of it. So that's what I want everybody to do. I'm looking forward to it. And we still have tonight's class with Brett. So, it's jam-packed. So all week we're going to be having some crazy and exciting things to do. And it starts tomorrow with the virtual graduation. All right, that's it. I'll pass it back to y'all. Y'all do your thing. All right.
Y'all heard the king. Y'all heard him. Rashida, again, we appreciate you so much, Double R. You never let us down. You never disappoint. And so you're absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming through and blessing us with this information. We appreciate you so much on so many levels. So all of those systems that you covered in that small amount of time, that information is so imperative to us in this community. So thank you, because we need you. And so with that knowledge, again, we can do anything with that information, and she's showing it to us, y'all. She's showing it to us firsthand. And that Mogul deal evaluator, y'all changing the game with that. These Mogul brothers, y'all are really changing the game with that. So we thank you. We appreciate you. So again, Double R, thank you, my love. We appreciate you.
Can you leave your information, Double R?
Yep, I put it in the chat. My IG, I just changed it to my name right here, and then I'm gonna put my email and everything in the chat too.
All right, so we getting ready to close this out with our Queen Jazz. You ready to do those commitments, my love?
I'm always ready, Queen.
Let's go.
Where we at? What we doing? How we doing it? Why we doing it?
I can't even believe, like, what? Two more of these, y'all?
Sunny.
Going on. Two more. I feel like we just getting started.
We always getting started. Hold on, what happened to the screen? That's all right.
I don't know,
Where you
just
at?
on us.
I feel like this a game. I'm looking for you on the screen.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. All in all, y'all, how we feeling? How we feeling after the deal evaluation, right? Because we need to reevaluate our lives, reevaluate everything we going through so that we know the information we getting, we can apply it. So I see the battery emojis. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. All right, y'all. So y'all already know this week, as we dabble into the commitments and the closing, what we've been going through is that progress updates, that goal refining, right? So I just want to make it very, very clear as we go through these weeks and we talking about systems, for those that have an iPhone, I'm not really too sure what the Android does. What does your system do on a monthly basis or like every quarter? Like what does the system of the phone need to do? Throw it in the chat. Throw it in the chat. Update, 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 update. Right. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Lola Brooks said don't play with it. That's my cousin. Right? We have to update the progress. We have to refine our goals. So what does that mean? We know the new year is coming up, but we've already been doing it. We need to create our weekly schedule or our planner to help us prioritize exactly what it is, allocating our time effectively. Y'all see what they just brought in here today. But where we started with pens and papers. We started with the chalkboard, but they've been updating, right? They've been refining. So we need to make sure that we are doing that with our goals, that we're doing that with our commitment. Use the Pomodoro technique, right? Work for 30 minutes, break for 5, and get right back into it. These tools, these apps, all of the systems that we have to put in place is taking us to the next level, but we have to commit to the update. So when we speak about language, that word trying, that word hope, that word maybe, that word might, or even negative language, all of those things we have to update. If you no longer are doing it this week, don't go back and renege and do it next week. This is the last week for it. Commit to your update. What does your update look like for this week? We got graduation. We got the last 2 days of the accountability program call. What does your update look like? Throw it in the chat. Throw it in the chat real quick. I want to know what your update looks like because the phones that we use, the systems that we have, everything is updating. So if everything else is updating and you're not updating, how are you able to utilize what it is you need to get to the next level? I see refreshing, activity, flowing, system restarting. What does it mean that you update? You as Marcus, you as Otha, you as Tracy, you as Danette. What does that mean? Discipline. Exactly. So we have to figure out what it looks like for us as individuals to update our character, to update our language, because you're already the person that you need to be. We just have to update. So I need everyone to tap into, of course, that research that we are doing every single day to become the expert. And of course, goal tracking and what? Refining our goals. So I want everyone, okay, execution, I like that. I want everyone to know that as we update our phones, as we update our systems, as we want the affiliate links to everything that we're doing, we have to be the actual systems ourselves. We have to update ourselves to be even worthy of sending out that affiliate link. You can have all the affiliate links in the world, but if your audience that is not grabbing the attention or people don't understand why it even aligns with what you putting out there, then who's even clicking on the affiliate link, right? So I need everybody that's ready to update to drop update in the comments because now is the day. The best time is now. Everything I just said is already the past. So work on being what? The present to your present. Let's get it, y'all. Stay committed. Get this work done. Sunshine, let's close it up. You know we got work to do. We can't talk all day.
We sure do. We are closing this out. So today was all about systems. And if y'all know anything about having a business, you know that your systems is the foundation to the success of your business. The Queen Double R came in here and she ran it down for us. We went over what? Reonomy. Then she dropped what? That prop stream on us. She took us through batch skip tracing. She touched up on that Podio. Then she dropped that bomb on us, that Mogul deal evaluator. Like all of these systems are in place for our business to thrive, for us to be successful. Without your systems in place, how are you going to succeed in your business? You must implement systems into your business. It's essential. It's literally essential. So I want y'all to think about, what systems do you need to put in place that's going to fit and meet the needs of your particular business? Make it fit for you. Every system out there does not need to be a part of your business, but take the time out to think about what system you need in place for you. There's so many different systems out there, y'all. CRMs. Drop in the chat what a CRM means. Y'all bet at this point, somebody better be able to tell me, what is a CRM? What does CRM stand for? Y'all better tell me what a CRM stands for. I'm gonna fight y'all. I'm pulling up in park. But your systems, absolutely, they help you. Customer relations management, I appreciate you. But your systems are in place to help you organize your business. Your CRMs are in place. They help you what? Grow your business, scale your business, keep you in contact with your customers, right? So like your time management, how essential is your time management in your business? Because especially in real estate, right? Your scheduling, how important is your scheduling? How important is your follow-ups? Because truth be told, our clients, they expect us what? To be consistent and reliable. If they can't depend on us to be consistent and reliable, we are bad business. And if you are MMA, if you drop in a mailbox on any day of your life, you better show up with a level of care and professionalism for your clients. Your systems allow you to do that. Having the proper system in place allows you to show up as a mailbox millionaire all day, every day. So make sure that you take the time out to implement the proper system into your business so that you could be successful and go to the next level. This has been your Mailbox Motivational Call number 10, y'all. We love y'all to life. We look forward to seeing y'all this evening. Again, y'all have y'all graduation tomorrow. Again, dress for success from the top up. Remember what I told y'all last night? We don't know what y'all doing on the bottom half. Just make sure that it's presentable, because, you know, I told y'all I came out that educational field. We done seen all kinds of stuff taking place, you know, behind in them cameras while, you know, COVID was going on. So again, we are so excited to celebrate every single last one of y'all. Again, for the last time. Well, no, it won't be the last time, because I told y'all, but we have seen you push yourselves out of your comfort zone. You have done more in the past 30 days than you have in the past year. And we just want to celebrate each and every single last one of y'all. You need and deserve to be celebrated. But most importantly, I want you to take the time out to celebrate yourself. It's been real. We love y'all to life. I want everybody to come off mute at this time and just clap it up for yourselves. Celebrate you right now. Make some noise, everybody, just for yourself right now. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's
Go.
go.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
Thank
Let's
you.
Oh,
You
I
go.
guys
can't
are
hear
Thank you,
great.
Sunshine.
y'all.
Yes.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's
Go!
go.
Let's go!
Hey,
Let's
Go.
get it. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Good
Let's
job.
Go. Let's
go.
go.
Thank you,
All the way
Sunshine.
up. Let's go.
Sunshine,
Let's
thank you.
go.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All the way up.
Double R, double R.
Let's go
Let's
get them,
go.
guys. Let's go get
Naya,
them.
Vivian,
Go.
Brother Dexter,
Oh,
Esther, Brother Iquan, Queen
Love you, Marcus.
Jazz, Double
Have a
R.
great day,
Yes,
everybody. Let's go.
Tracy.
Stay
Right.
beautiful. Stay blessed.